Always pretending to be busy. You just want to avoid housework, don't you? No, that's not true. I'm working hard for our life. Enough. A wife who doesn't do housework is a failure. As usual, my mother-in-law yelled at me, even though I worked day and night. She knew that if she raised her voice, I wouldn't fight back. No matter what I said, she always shouted over me. She never cared about how I felt. Will my life always be like this? I'm working so hard to support our way of living, but this suffocating routine is pushing me to my limit. One day, my husband said something shocking. You don't have to be my wife anymore. My name is Isabella, and I'm 36 years old. I met my husband, Mike, through a friend. Before we got married, I worked a normal office job, but I quit after we tied the knot. Mike has a good-paying job at a flooring company, so we could live comfortably on his salary. Still, I worked part-time at a local supermarket. Then, one day, after being married for years, Mike came home looking serious. Hey, can I tell you something? You might get mad, though. Huh? What is it? Why do you look so serious? My university friend, Sam, invited me to start a business with him. I've always wanted to do something like that. A business? Yeah, I've talked about this dream before. At first, it might be tough, and we might struggle financially, but I really want to try. His eyes lit up with determination. Seeing him like that, I couldn't stop myself from answering. Of course, you should do it. Really? Are you sure? Yes, if this is your dream, you should go for it. But things might get hard for a while, and it'll put more pressure on you. Isabella. Don't worry about me, I can just work extra shifts at my part-time job. Thank you, Isabella. Really, thank you for supporting me. The next month, Mike quit his job and started preparing for his new business with Sam. Life was about to change, and I knew I had to stay strong and support him. Then, a few months later, something unexpected happened. Mike's mother fell down the stairs and got injured. She had to use crutches for a while. Mike sat me down to talk. Dad passed away 2 years ago, and Mom lives alone. It's hard for her to do chores and take care of herself right now. Yeah, that makes sense. So, she wants to stay with us until she recovers. Wait, you mean move into our apartment? Yeah, but I know this is sudden. I could tell Mike was worried. He knew I didn't get along with his mother, so he wanted to check with me first. My mother-in-law had been difficult ever since I married Mike. When we first met, she completely ignored me and only talked to him. I can't believe Mike's partner is just an ordinary girl like this, she said. It was rude, but at least Mike defended me. Still, her attitude never changed. Even when Mike wasn't around, she kept making nasty comments during phone calls. Sometimes, she even visited just to criticize me. I thought about telling Mike, but he was always exhausted from work. I didn't want to add to his stress. So, when my mother-in-law asked to stay with us while she recovered from her injury, I should have said no, but I didn't want to make things harder for Mike. It's okay, I said, even though I wasn't sure. Mike looked surprised. Are you sure? He asked. Yeah, she needs help, right? And I'm working during the day, so we won't be together all the time. That's true, but will you really be okay? I'll manage. It'll give you peace of mind, right? Thank you, Isabella. We couldn't afford a professional caretaker since Mike's new business wasn't making much money yet. Some months, he barely made $2,000. He worked late nights and weekends, doing everything to make his company succeed. The last thing I wanted was to add to his stress. So, I took on extra work from home while keeping my part-time job. We needed the money, and I wanted to help as much as I could. And just like that, my mother-in-law moved in. The day she was discharged from the hospital, both Mike and I were at work, so she arrived at our home alone. As soon as I got back from my shift, the doorbell rang. When I opened the door, she immediately snapped at me. What? You said you were working, but you're here? I just got back, I explained. It's just a part-time job, stop acting like you're important. I'm sorry. Never mind, bring in my luggage and make me some tea. Okay. This was how she greeted me. I was already exhausted, but I had no choice. I forced myself to do what she asked. 3 months passed. My mother-in-law could walk just fine now, but she showed no sign of leaving. She had made herself completely at home. She wandered around as she pleased, even barging into my room while I worked. Hey, Isabella, Why are you playing on the computer when Mike is working overtime? I'm not playing, this is my job, I work from home. Yeah, right, you're probably just wasting time. How can you do that while your husband works so hard? I swear, I'm really working. Don't talk back. A daughter-in-law shouldn't argue with her mother-in-law. Her face twisted with anger as she yelled at me. I wanted to fight back, but what was the point? If I argued, things would only get worse. That night, when Mike came home, he looked at me carefully. Isabella, did something happen? Huh? Why do you ask? You look exhausted. I'm sorry, is this because of me? No, it's just everything piling up. It's my mom, isn't it? It's not just that, but yeah, it's been tough. It's time for her to go back home. I'll talk to her, just hang in there a little longer. Okay. Thank you. The next morning, I woke up to find breakfast already made and the laundry done. In the kitchen, I saw my husband pouring coffee. He must have woken up early and taken care of everything himself. Just then, my mother-in-law saw me in my pajamas and immediately got angry. Isabella, what is this? You made Mike cook breakfast for you? I just woke up, and… Unbelievable, how can you be so lazy? Mike is working so hard for us, don't you get that? I'm sorry. Before I could say more, my husband stepped in. Mom, stop it. But my mother-in-law suddenly acted like she was the victim. Mike, how can you talk to me like that? I'm only saying this for your own good. Mom, don't you understand? Isabella is working too. She's the one supporting us right now. Supporting? She's just working a part-time job. You, on the other hand, started your own business. That's much more impressive. My business isn't doing well yet. We're only managing because Isabella is working so hard. It's okay, Mike. I know what's best for you. Just focus on your work. Mom. No matter how much my husband tried to explain, she refused to listen. She never acknowledged my efforts or even understood how much Mike was struggling. Even after all this, she still refused to leave our home. Every time we asked her to go back, she cried and threw tantrums. Isabella treats me like a burden. I never wanted Mike to marry someone like her. She brainwashed my son. Give me back my son. At first, she only bullied me when Mike wasn't around, but lately, she yelled at me even when he was there. No matter what I said, it only made things worse. Mike always tried to step in, but she never changed. One evening, I was working in my room, waiting for my husband to return. Suddenly, I heard loud footsteps, and my mother-in-law stormed in. How long are you going to sit here playing around? I'm not playing, I'm working. Stop making excuses. I won't forgive you for this. She started shouting again, throwing one cruel remark after another. You pretend to be busy just to avoid housework. That's not true. I'm working to support us. Shut up. A wife who doesn't do housework is a failure. But I do both. What's wrong with that? Don't lie. If you find this life so hard, then just leave. You were never fit to be my daughter-in-law. Something inside me snapped. Not fit to be your daughter-in-law? You have no idea what I've been through. I'm done taking this. I was ready to fight back, but just as I opened my mouth, a voice from the hallway cut through the tension. That's enough. My husband stood there, his face full of anger. Mom, stop it already. How much longer do you plan to torment Isabella? No, Mike, I'm only doing this for your sake. For my sake? My wife is being harassed by my mother. There is no greater pain than this. Why are you saying such things? How can you defend a failure like her as my wife? Don't make me say it again. I only make $2,000 a month. It's thanks to Isabella's work that we can afford to live. My mother-in-law's face twisted with rage. That's a lie. As the argument seemed to go nowhere, my husband suddenly turned to me with a soft smile. Isabella, I'm really sorry. You don't have to be my wife anymore. Mike? Let's get a divorce. If you stay with me, you'll have to deal with this woman for the rest of your life. He was smiling, but his eyes were full of pain. Behind him, his mother smirked in triumph. Seeing that, I knew I couldn't back down. I'm not getting a divorce. Both of them looked at me in surprise. If we divorce now, that's exactly what your mother wants. And besides, I love you, Mike. I don't want to break up over something like this. But, are you sure? You've suffered so much because of her. Mike, you've done everything you could to change the situation. You're not the one who hurt me, your mother is. Isabella, I know you're a kind person, Mike, that's why I'm okay. Hearing my words, he nodded firmly, then he turned to his mother, his expression hardened with resolve. Mom, I'm done being passive. You need to leave this house. Mike, I've had enough. Stop interfering with our happiness. How dare you talk to your mother this way? I'm doing this for your sake. It's not for my sake, it's a nuisance. From today on, I don't consider you my mother anymore. What? This is all your fault, Isabella. She turned to glare at me, still trying to shift the blame. That was the last straw. My fault? Don't be ridiculous, I snapped. Do you know how much I've endured? You called me unworthy, belittled me every day, and now you expect me to stay silent? No more. Where is this coming from all of a sudden? That's what I should be asking. You act so high and mighty, but who do you think you are? I am never divorcing Mike. If I have to fight you for the rest of my life to stay with him, then so be it. I won't let you win. Now get out of our house. How dare you talk to your mother-in-law like this? Mike, say something, Mike. But my husband only gave her a cold stare. Silence filled the room. Then, without another word, my mother-in-law left. Not long after, Mike and I moved to a new apartment. He didn't give his mother our address. Rumors say she's been spreading lies about me to our old neighbors, but no one believes her. Instead, she's been ostracized, seen as a mother-in-law who bullied her son's wife and was abandoned as a result. As for us, Mike's business has finally stabilized, and his income has grown significantly over the past few months. I've also returned to part-time work now that we're financially stable. We know life will bring challenges, but after everything we've been through, I'm confident we can handle anything, together. We will continue working toward our happiness,